March 1872. Dear Robert, it is with bittersweet heart that I am writing to you. We have suffered a great tragedy and lost our community. As you know, our father, Orange Risdon, was very generous with his property and encouraged the development of any church congregation in Saline. The first church to take Father up on his offer was the Methodist Church. They built a fine building. Sadly, during a Sunday service, lightning struck the building and caught fire. The building, being made of wood, allowed the fire to spread very quickly. At that time, we did not have the equipment in the community to save the building. 2 members died in the fire. Before Father passed, he also donated a section of his land to be used as a cemetery. The Oakwood Cemetery is now a place of rest for him and those that lost their life. We are filled with sadness over this event. However, we have a great sense of community that takes care of one another. The church is being rebuilt by its members, and many other churches have begun building as well. The Lutheran Church has so many German-speaking villagers, we have begun to call it German Church. These wonderful buildings not only serve as a place of worship, but as a meeting house as well. We will often gather together to discuss the day's events and important topics that affect our community. Currently, the Methodist Church is providing a small space with shelves for a collection of books, so that soon we may begin our own town library. You would never recognize the children. Oh, how they have grown. They are enjoying their time at the Hoyt Schoolhouse. Several one-room schools have been built in the area since you have left. We have come a long way from teaching our children in homes, barns, and outdoors. Each morning the children rise to do the farm chores and milking the cows and gathering the eggs, while I pack their lunch tins for their long day. I have found that when we tuck the hard-boiled eggs in the children's mittens, it keeps their hands warm for a long journey to school. The children have a long walk, often cutting through the fields and woods. Sometimes George Greenwood would kindly give them a ride in the horse-drawn wagon. The school teacher is Miss Vista Mills. You may remember her, as she was a student herself at the time we were being schooled. Currently, she is residing with the Parsons family. I hear she plans to live with them for the duration of the school year. She does a wonderful job with all 17 of the children. Their ages range from 6 to 15, the eldest being George Marcus Hoyt. He is the only one in 7th grade that attends regularly. So many of the students want to continue their education, but are needed on the family farm and come only when the harvest or planting season is over. As we sit down to dinner, the children will often tell of their school day. Miss Mills has the boys sit on one side of the classroom and girls on the other, as that is the tradition of the day. Even in our churches, men sit on one side and women on the other. At school, children recite passages at the recitation bench from the McGuffey Reader and the Bible. The children tell us how they are practicing their arithmetic on their slates, while others are using the inkwells and dipping pens to practice their penmanship. I have noticed ink smudges on the children's clothing and hands after a long day of practicing. Much to our surprise, the older children have been helping the younger children with their reading and spelling words. The children seem to enjoy recess the most. This break after lunch allows the children to play and enjoy one another. Grace's and Jack's are the girls' favorites, where the boys seem to like using the stilts and playing with the marbles and having tournaments. Together, they all enjoy playing the running games like tag and eeny, eyny, over. The children also tell us that several of their schoolmates have been misbehaving. So far, none have been hit with the hickory stick, but many have had to stay after school. All of them end the day, however, helping Miss Mills with the chores. These include washing the blackboards, sweeping and scrubbing the floors, and clapping the erasers. Education has become so important to all of us that they just built a large 2-story school that offers only high school courses for the first time. It is named Union School, and the first graduating class had 2 members. So much is changing, why you would hardly recognize the place. Yours truly, your sister, Harriet.